Hey, good morning. Okay, back to our book. Ooh, remember that we're at the park. Donovan just went and tackled Hash Taggart. Pick on someone your own size, shot back, which was probably stupid because there weren't any sumo wrestlers in our neighborhood. And then his fist was coming at me. It made contact with the side of my face, and everything went gray. The next thing I heard was a bark of outrage. A cinnamon brown bundle of fur was airborne. Her claws clamped onto the arm of Hashtag's windbreaker. The lacrosse star let out a scream that easily eclipsed anything that had come out of either Noah or me. Beatrice, let go! To be honest, I was stunned that Chow Chow would go to war for me. She hung on like a crocodile. Bad dog, I scolded. Bad? Hashtag howled, trying in vain to shake his arm free. That's the best you can do? How about Nightmare Hound from the deepest, darkest? He went on and on, scaring the little kids and worse, attracting the attention of their parents. Not good. What could I do? I took out my phone and called Brad. First Lieutenant Bradley Patterson, United States Marine Corps, came running in a full on sprint to his Chow Chow's side. By the time he arrived on the scene, Hashtag's parents were already there. First, the dog is quarantined by animal control to check if it has rabies. I assure you that Beatrice doesn't have rabies, Brad put in fervently. She's up to date on all her shots. Second, Hashtag's dad went on as if no one had spoken, there's a hearing to determine if it should be declared vicious and put down. The technical term is euthanized, Noah supplied helpfully. All color drained from Brad's face. You could even see it underneath his Marine Corps buzz cut. This was a guy who drove a tank through hostile territory for a living, but the thought of anything happening to Beatrice turned him to jelly. To be honest, I wasn't too thrilled about the part myself. If I hadn't tried to save Noah, Hashtag wouldn't have punched me and Beatrice wouldn't have bitten anybody. It was my fallout blindness coming back to haunt me. Only this time, the fallout wouldn't be coming down on me. Brad's dog might be the one to pay the price. Hashtag started it, I exclaimed angrily. He was pushing Noah around, and when I tried to get him to stop, he practically knocked my head off. Let's see what animal control has to say about it, Mr. Taggart replied smugly. Mind if I have a word with my brother in law for a second? Brad put an iron arm around my shoulders and steered me away from the Taggarts. I was still speaking up for Beatrice. That's the only reason Beatrice bit him. She was protecting me. Quiet, he hissed. Beatrice can't go before a hearing. But she's innocent. Listen, back when Beatrice was with my mother, there was an incident. Bit someone else too? Well, what did you know? Beatrice has a past. She was a criminal and a repeat offender, no less. Brad's speech was clipped. Don't say the B word. So whatever we do, we can't let this go before. Yeah, but how can we stop it? I asked in a low voice. Mr. Taggart's almost as big a jerk as his kid. We apologize, he whispered. You apologize. Memphis was excited. Hey, for what? Face into his delicate little fist? Brad ignored my protest. Hashtag's mom was taking pictures of her son's injured arm. Practically evidence to use in doggy court or whatever. There were teeth marks and swelling, but the skin was unbroken. That's good news, Noah offered wisely. It's impossible for rabies to be transmitted unless there's blood. Since when are you the big expert? Hashtag exploded. It really hurts. What if I can't play lacrosse? You need forearm strength, you know. It just slipped out. Hashtag looked real sensitive while he was getting ready to beat the snot out of Noah. If looks could kill, the one I got from Brad would have vaporized me as surely as it shot from his M1 tank. Mrs. Taggart wasn't too pleased either. We could sue. You could, Noah agreed, but you wouldn't get much. I don't think tank commanders make a lot of money. Tank commanders? Hashtag's father looked at Brad in surprise. You're a military man? Brad stood up even straighter than his usual ramrod posture. Marine Corps, sir, on furlough between tours in Afghanistan. Mr. Taggart was impressed. Really? I was an army out of shampoo. He reached out a hand. Thank you for your service. I didn't think my brother in law would be too anxious to shake hands with someone who threatened to have Beatrice put down, but he swallowed his pride and pumped the man's arm. Hashtag chimed in. But we're still calling the cops on the mutt, right? Mutt is an erroneous term, Noah corrected him. It refers to a mixed breed, while Beatrice is a purebred chow chow. Kid, do you have informative to offer? Was Noah's response. Just chalk this up as an unfortunate incident, Mr. Taggart decided. I'd hate to make trouble for one of our brave fighting men. You could see Brad relax. I appreciate that, sir. But I don't want that dog anywhere near my son, Hashtag's mother warned, or we will have her declared vicious. Don't think we won't. She glared at me. And you stay away too. And that was it. Beatrice was off the hook. Brad was off the hook. Even Noah was off the hook. Mr. Taggart gave his son a lecture about picking on the little guy. The only person who